So this is the list for the Kaalia deck that I am currently running. We have 4 copies of Kaalia, the most important. It's a 3-drop 3/3 Flying Vigilance. When it enters the battlefield, you get to look at the top 6. You can reveal an angel, demon, and or dragon from among them, put them into your hand, put the rest in the bottom in a random order. So what makes this so fun is that you can get one of each, meaning that if I drew the top 6 and I had one of each, an angel, a demon, and a dragon, I get 3 cards off a 3-drop Searcher. 3/3 Flying Vigilance is also just kind of a nice drop. So what we are comboing that with, there is an interaction with shapeshifters. Since they are all types, you are allowed to pull all 3. If you saw 3 of these in the top 6 when you play Kaalia, you can get 3 off the top. If I see one of these, a Righteous Valkyrie, and let's say the one of meme Goldspan Dragon that we have in here, I get all 3 of them. So pretty simple interactions there. The angels are definitely kind of the focus of how this works. So kind of going around another key component of this deck, we have Righteous Valkyrie. So that is going to gain us a ton of life, given that it procs off of angels or clerics. Kaalia being a cleric as well. The rest of the creatures in here, shapeshifters, of course, apply for both. And then we have some Gyata, gets us into our angels a little bit faster early on. As far as what else we have going on in here, we do have 2 copies of Elishnorn, Mother of Machines. Giving that double proc is huge. That basically wins us the game if this is not taken care of the turn it's played. The double procs on Righteous Valkyrie, getting all our creatures buffed, the double procs on our Searchers, making sure that we always have creatures to play. Turns out to be pretty huge. Aside from that, we are running a lot of less notable stuff. We have 2 copies of Rite of Oblivion for removal. It's nice because you can play it from the graveyard as well. As far as sacrificing, we don't mind too much, especially for sacrificing something like Faceless Agent. We don't really care. I'm running 1 copy of Ossification, kind of for just the meme of having nice removal for whatever. 2 copies of Ephemerate for dodging kind of in the moment anything. It also lets us get extra procs off of stuff like Kaalia, Faceless Agent, and Righteous Valkyrie, so that's all great. There is 1 copy of Guardian of Girapur, which is kind of another bounce Ephemerate type effect that we have here. As far as removal, we do also have 2 Vanishing Lights, which also always come in clutch. There are 2 of Fira's Retribution. This I kind of am not 100% sure if I want to keep running it, but having the 4-drop Saga that gives you all of this is pretty nice. So we first get a 4/4 Angel, then we get the ability to let our angels tap to destroy anything with power less than them, and then our angels get double strike. So as long as this kind of procs in a space where I have more than just the 4/4 drop, it's usually very value, especially if Righteous Valkyrie is online and we have the life total buff. There are 2 copies of Cathar's Crusade in here as well. It turns out to be really nice, especially when we have Ephemerate, we have Elishnorn making double procs of stuff. It just ends up being a huge problem that usually we force people to get removal for. There are 3 copies of Unburial Rites. Unburial Rites is honestly the best target to get Mom back from the graveyard, but we can also get back, it's a little expensive, but we can get back stuff like Kaalia, Righteous Valkyrie, really anything for our engine that happens to be in the grave that we want to grab. And I already mentioned the Goldspan, but we also have 2 copies of Offspring's Revenge. This is a very interesting card that I do want to build its own entire deck around someday. This deck is centered around Kaalia, obviously, but it reads, at the beginning of combat on your turn, exile target red, white, or black creature card from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of that card except it's 1/1. It gains haste until your next turn. So this works with every creature in our deck aside from Faceless Agent. What makes that so good is that all of our effects are kind of procced off of ETB. So we have all of these entering the battlefield, so we get huge value if Kaalia is in our grave, and then we just go to combat and boom. We do have it exiled, but there's not a ton of graveyard fetch that exists outside of Unburial Rites for us, and Agadeem's Awakening. So we don't really care to exile stuff. We just want to get to that point where we are constantly searching and being a threat on the field. And to top it all off, we have one copy of Ruinous Ultimatum. This is literally just the one of Panic Button. If it comes to late game, we're against a control deck or something, this has won me many a control matchup. So ideally with this list, I would like to refine it, and the idea of the videos that I'm going to be doing is that I will return to these deck lists, kind of cut them down, figure out testing different ideas, especially if anybody ends up watching these videos and gives ideas. I would love to test whatever brews we can come up with. But and then for the mana base, we have one Iganjo, just for a little extra removal, one Takenuma, also kind of nice, and then we have some Shocklands, a Triome, two Fabled Passage. There is nothing really in the sideboard. This video is going to be best of one only. I do want to experiment with best of three eventually, but while I'm getting a good idea of how this can function, we're just going to be doing best of one. But that being said, let's go ahead and get into the games and see how this does. Alright, so game 2, we have a very mulliganable starting hand. This is also not good, but it looks a little bit better. We'll try and keep that here. We have nothing to sacrifice this for, so we can pitch that. There is a very welcome 2-drop. Alright, there's the Giada. Against Giants. I haven't fought this matchup in a while. So we play this tapped. Are all but guaranteed to lose this Giada in the coming turn. Okay. Easy 3-drop Kaalia. One Faceless Agent off of it. Okay. It's definitely the thing with fighting giants. You don't get to have any of your stuff ever. We'll see if this can stick at all and keep us alive for another turn, but this might be a lost cause for a game. Bounced. Okay. 7. Not much we can do here to actually stay alive in the coming turn. Unless... well, it's 2 bodies on the field. So, if they have removal or base damage, which given this deck they definitely should, we're dead, but who knows? Ah, that'll kill us. Cannot gain life. Can get rid of Quakebringer. To what end, though? Right, and I think we do tap it out just to nuke this. I think we'll get rid of you. Alright, we're living on a prayer. That'll do it. Oh, except I have the faceless agent. It's an absolute shapeshifter moment. Alright, I currently can't gain life, so we have to get rid of the Quakebringer. And then I can get a 4/4, kind of at best here. 4, 5, 6, 7. I could play... Like, Yada's an easier nuke target. I think Yada would be a sensible play this turn. It would have been that turn to have it, but I was afraid of that coming, but it being enough to nuke that, but we were dead no matter what. We almost stabilized there, not bad. Alright, game 3. Finally have a decent starting hand here. Good amount of removal, we have a Kaalia, even have an Ephemerate for the bounce. Definitely keep. Figure out what our opponent's on. Looks like we're most likely on some mono white life gain nonsense. I could ossify this now, but I don't know how much I actually mind. Well, it's rare that I actually have ossification and vanishing light in an opener, so it can be a little aggressive. Just means I don't have this untapped on turn 3. I also would have played that. Okay, not bad. Let's go into this. We'll take Valkyrie first. That way we get the life gain when we play Kaalia next turn. Okay, I'm gonna swing down the Kaalia. Only got the Faceless Agent off of that. That's okay. Just need to hope that they don't immediately swing into 27 and cleave us for a lot, but if they do, it's not the biggest problem. We have a Faceless Agent, the search engine is pretty online. The Ephemerate will make sure to carry into that. Indicator. Okay, yeah, that's a very good banishing target. 5 mana. We could go... I think I'd just go Banishing Light here. Not gonna swing, just gonna stare. I think I do Ephemerate before next turn end, just to get the extra search out. I was gonna save it. Okay, yep, so bounce the Kaalia, gain some life, search for hopefully some creatures here. The Righteous Valkyrie, that's good. And rebound, do it again. Double, very nice. Alright, we're cooking a bit now. Alright, another Righteous Valkyrie, and I will swing it in with this one. Unless they have a spot bonus or anything.
There is no greater honor than serving. Lift your voice to the heavens.
Yeah, we're in a really, really good spot here. I think I might want to get the gold span out. That'll be +4/+4, so that'll be an 8/8 swinging in. They can deal with it, but I'd get rid of some of their stuff in the process. Or I could just go for straight buff. I want mana. I can go for mana. Do you block this? And I don't care about the Kaalia living, necessarily. They don't care.
Hope lives on after me.
As long as their mana stays tapped, I have no worry of running into a Settle the Wreckage. It's really the scariest removal that they have right now, possibly. Let's see. Do we just Ruinous Ultimatum? Of course. Alright, very clean. Yeah, the gold spin and the Ruinous Ultimatum is huge. A matchup like that, it's really who can get online faster, and it's just able to search out the right pieces at the right time. Good stuff. Alright, starting hand this time, we have a Kaalia, and we have the mana to play it, so that's cute. Been in a spot most games with this deck where I do play Agadeem's turn 1 if I have it. It's because it's very unlikely to go far enough for me to actually see usage for it, but only because I've already said that. Maybe I'll try and hold on to it if I can afford to. Hopefully this isn't Gruul land destruction, but we'll find out. Okay, 3-drop Kaalia. Only get the Gira per, but that's better than nothing. Tovolar, so Gruul Werewolves, okay. I don't have removal for that right now. We'll see where this goes. I'm actually going to play out the Agadeems now, because I want to be able to curve naturally into Cathar's Crusade next turn. I'm going to go ahead and bounce Kaalia, get that value since it swung. Nothing. Big whiff energy. If we have to go toe-to-toe with werewolves, it wouldn't be terrible to be able to get Cathars online. It's like that's definitely going to be the wave. I will block that. Think I care? Alright. Cathar. Go ahead and swing in. See what happens. I'm not overly familiar with the werewolf matchup. Or is this not straight up werewolves? I actually don't know. Do I go greedy? I could go ultra greedy here. I'm gonna do it. Alright. Double Cathars, I'm guaranteed to drop 2 creatures next turn, so we're gonna build a pretty formidable wall if they don't have like Naturalize or something. Alright, here we go. Oh, I did that in the wrong order. No! It's a misplay. That's okay. Do I swing out here? I could just race against the clock or force in the block here. You take half your life. Ooh, okay. Because I don't necessarily mind losing anything. As long as I don't die. I see, that's pretty cool. Alpac Piper untapping to allow you to play multiple creatures from hand for 2. Alright. But the no swing. Interesting. Could Valkyrie here. I don't get anything else is the problem, unless I want to play a second Yada. which part of me kind of wants to. After this phase, I don't know. So I would gain a ton of life off of it. But we can at least harass a bit. We're just barely shot at people. Okay, yeah, for the sake of life gain, I'm gonna go ahead. This still works, right? Very nice. Looking decent here. Okay. Only 1 mana. They can swing over pretty much all of my stuff on combat. Okay, interesting. Swing all, really? Okay. Well, I gotta block the 17, don't I? But I can kill you, and I can kill you. The rest is tapped out. This literally doesn't even matter. Like, what are you gonna do for 1 mana? Okay. Pretty nice. There was the minor misplay on order, but aside from that, pretty clean. Okay, final game, starting hand, no white mana. We do have Righteous Valkyrie in hand, but that's kind of living on a minor prayer. A mulligan here for the 1 time. This is remarkably better. I think I will get rid of Unburial. Just need to hope we don't get mana starved. We should be good. Have the mana yet, so if we don't top deck a mana next turn, we're gonna get scared. Fun. Okay. What do you want? Fair enough. Alright, this is the worst outcome. It's a matter of, do they have a hand? Lose 1 life, gain 1 life. Okay, that's fine. Pay 2 for that. This is almost assuredly dead, yeah, but gotta play it anyways. Are you? Interesting. Ooh, we got the good search. So yeah, I want this, I want this, and I want this. And might as well swing. I'm definitely not blocking that. Let's see. I can get rid of a Faceless Agent, that's fine. Very interesting card. This list they're playing is kind of neat. Okay, we are not seeing the mana we really need to in this game. Go ahead and ossify the homie here. Be gone. triggers an additional time. Interesting. Okay. Let's gain some life here. Go ahead and not swing with the Giada out. That way we can have more mana next turn. It's a shame it doesn't count for Vira's Retribution, the extra mana you get. Oh, we didn't get the Keeper anyways, so no big deal. There's the reconfigure. What do you take out here? Which one do you choose? I would definitely choose Valkyrie. Really? Okay. They don't know. Release some more mana. Try to get this out. For the sake of it, I'm not gonna swing here. I'll let that sit. Less damage we take, the better we can work towards the buff. Let's see, that Shieldred, okay. This is scary. Let's see, so I can get rid of Blade at least. So resign to take the 4 from Shieldred. Okay, another Kaalia at least is pretty good. Need to see that mana. Oh, that's such a bad whiff. Actually, when do I, until end of turn? Yeah, so I gotta do this now. Forgot if it was end of turn or end of next turn. Fighting Palm Ninja, but no ninjutsu. Finally get our 5th mana. Now, what do I want route into turn 5? I don't have the ability to be greedy with Cathars. Gold spend, while the mana would be nice. Actually, wait, no, gold spend kills. Don't overthink shit. Gold spend kills. Good game. I really almost overthought that. The double strike from that saga rarely comes in to play in this list in the games that I've played. I almost forgot that it even existed, but it's very nice. Good games. Alright, so a tiny bit of post-game recap here. We went okay in these games. Definitely when the curve was good, it felt pretty unstoppable. The removal base, I think, could be a bit larger possibly. I don't know if running Rite of Oblivion is the right call in this deck, given that everything that I have on field always feels so valuable. So I think I would possibly remove that, and I would possibly remove Unburial Rites for maybe a more value angel card that could help out with maybe generating angel tokens or some other powerful ETB effect. Things that I could look at that I know of right now are Valkyrie Harbinger and Book of Exalted Deeds. But aside from that, I feel pretty good about this deck list. I don't think it will get me back up into Diamond or Mythic, but it is very fun. I'm very satisfied with these games so far. If you like this vid, feel free to check out more. I'm going to be making a lot of these just with different deck ideas, trying to get some more lesser seen cards, at least cards that I don't see as often in MTGA, to see if I can make them powerful, to give them a deck where they can really shine. But I have been Fortuna, and that's all for now. See ya.
Hey,